What is up, guys? This is the OG Champ, and welcome to the Team Builder for Week 1 of the Showdown United League, where your Phoenix Sunkerns will be taking on the Houston Honchrows and Coach AZ. This is going to be a really tough battle, I have a feeling, because, first of all, AZ, just from last season, he's such a great battler. And he had a really fantastic draft. So I'm going to be going through his Pokemon really quick. I'll go through his team, and then I'll show you guys what I've prepared for him, and hopefully we can pull out with a W. So let's start off with his Landorus Incarnate. Now, thank goodness this thing can't be Sheer Force, because otherwise I think I would have already lost. Now, Landorus has to be running Sand Force in this league, or what was it, Sand Rush? I think it was Sand Force. Sand Force in this league, which leaves it really unable to run the more effective Life Orb set with Sheer Force, but still a threat nonetheless. I mean, gets fantastic coverage, Calm Mind as well to start being a booster. 4 times weak to Ice, which is something I'm going to try to exploit. He has a lot of 4 times weaknesses on this team, like a surprising amount between that, Hoop Unbound, and Scissor. But we'll get to that. Basically, I just have to watch out for Landorus, make sure that it doesn't try to set up on me or anything. Next up is his Hoopa Unbound, which was actually unbanned for this league because we felt like it wasn't that overpowered. I'm almost regretting that decision right now because Hoopa Unbound is very good. I mean, it has terrifying attack stats. Hyperspace Hole, which breaks through Protect. Hyperspace Fury, rather, which also breaks through Protect. Really scary. 4 times weak to Bug. So I'm thinking Scolipede is a great response for it. I don't know if he'll bring it because of Scolipede, but otherwise, I mean, it does very well against the rest of my team. Next up is Mega Scissor, another really great threat. I mean, Swords Dance, Roost, Defog, Bug Bite, Bullet Punch, and Iron Head. Just very scary Pokemon in general. Very hard to predict what kind of set it's going to bring. Definitely a manageable Pokemon, especially like you saw last season with Mega Venusaur. Be able to hopefully take hits from it a lot better. Excuse me. So yeah, definitely looking to hopefully take advantage of that. Next up is Slowbro. Great physical wall. Psychic type, water type, very good. It's going to be a toss-up if it'll beat Mega Venusaur or not, because it has Psychic moves, but Venusaur has Grass moves, so they kind of balance each other out. So we'll have to see how that turns out, but Toxic, Thunder Wave, Slack Off, Scald, Psyshock, just a whole variety of moves it can run, even Ice Beam, Grass Knot, if it wants to. Next up is Crobat. This thing can be run physical, special, or bulky. I mean, it's really hard to predict. I think he might bring the Defog set to give his Scissor room to run the Swords Dance variant. Because that's something I've actually noticed about his team, is he doesn't have a Rapid Spinner. Unless Galactus Spot learns Rapid Spin, which I didn't actually check. But I don't think it does. So getting rocks up against this team is going to be super helpful, especially against things like the Rotom Heat, like the Magneton that gets sturdy, against the Landorus that'll do nice damage, and also break any Focus Sashes. I'm going to show you guys my master plan to hopefully win this game. So yeah, Crobat, really nice band set with Brave Bird and Cross Poison. Gets Roost, gets Defog, as I said, gets Super Fang to Toxic. Very unpredictable Pokemon. Next up is Rotom Heat. Can be run either physically defensive or special attacker like Specs or Scarf. One of the things about this thing is it actually doesn't take any damage, 4 times damage from ground. Otherwise, it would be another 4 times weak Pokemon. But yeah, it's really nice in that it doesn't get destroyed by ground because of Levitate. That being said, it doesn't have that great coverage. I mean, it only has really Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Overheat, and a Hidden Power, and Shadow Ball, I guess, to use as well. One thing to watch out for, though, is Will-O-Wisp. Don't want to really get hit by that, especially on some of my physical attackers, for sure. Next up is Mimikyu. With the Disguise ability, it can easily set up a Swords Dance or something, or Hone Claws, and then pretty much sweep a team. The only thing is, it does not have that great speed. I mean, it actually has pretty good speed with base 96, but that leaves it having to rely on things like Shadow Sneak to be able to outspeed and Revenge Kill sometimes, which is not optimal for a Pokemon such as that. So definitely I'll be hoping to take advantage of that. He might be forced to run the Shadow Sneak over the Shadow Claw, which is by far a much more powerful attack, also a higher crit ratio. So it would just be able to do more damage. So next up is the Druddigon. Now I don't know how AZ is actually going to run this. He could run it offensive, he could run it Stealth Rocks as well with Glare. So that's definitely going to be something to check out and make sure that he doesn't I don't allow that to get set up. Also Rough Skin on the bulky variant, or Sheer Force on the offensive variants. I mean, thing gets Sucker Punch as well. I think Gunk Shot, Fire Blast, Dragon Tail for phasing, which is kind of worrisome, but we can definitely handle it, I think. Next up is Glycospod. Pretty good physical attacker, but very slow. Also has nice base defense. I think its base defense is actually higher than its base attack, which is very interesting. But yeah, I think Glycospod is not a Pokemon he's likely to bring unless he really wanted to bring a water type to deal with some of my mons. But yeah, I think I have the tools necessary to deal with this. Next up is Magneton. I do think he's going to bring it because of Celesteela. Now this thing gets Magnet Pull. The thing is, if it runs Magnet Pull, it can't run Sturdy. And I have a very special Celesteela set. So you'll see that soon. Not going to spoil anything. But I definitely have the tools necessary to take care of this Magneton, even if he runs the Magnet Pull set to try to take care of Celesteela. Next up is the Garbodor. This thing he's probably not going to bring. I mean, it's a toxic spikes. I think it also gets spikes as well. But again, on that same note, what's it going to do to me besides set those up? I mean, I have Mega Venusaur, I have Scolipede to be able to take those hits, take the toxic spikes away, and just generally wall it out really well. So there's definitely that going for me here. So we're definitely gonna. I don't think he's gonna bring the Garbodor. What I do think he's gonna bring. My prediction for his team is definitely Scizor, Slowbro, Magneton, Crobat, Mimikyu, and I'm thinking Druddigon or Hoopa. I don't know which one he might bring, but I definitely do think that it will be one of those two. But we'll have to see. He might even bring the Rotom and try to take care of my Celesteela again. Who knows? But anyway, let's get into my team. So let's go right to the team builder and show you guys. I will come up with nicknames for these guys too. And this team is valid. Excellent. So we are bringing Scolipede, Celesteela, Donphan, Vaporeon, Kyurem Black, and Mega Venusaur. So, first of all, Scolipede. Definitely wanted to bring this set this week because it takes care of so many Pokemon on his team. After a Swords Dance, I ran Focus Sash just so he can't Sucker Punch me and kill me, or so he can't kill me while I'm trying to set up a Swords Dance. I mean, after a Swords Dance, Mega Horn kills the even without a Mega Horn, even without a Swords Dance, Mega Horn kills the Hoopa Unbound. After a Swords Dance, it kills the Slowbro. Poison Jab will be able to take care of the Mimikyu after its disguise is busted. It should be able to hopefully take care of the Landorus in 2 hits. Even does a nice chunk of damage to the Crobat. Earthquake really does a number to the Magneton, which otherwise wall this thing out pretty well. And let's see what else. What else does he have? I already forgot his team. Druddigon, take it out with 2 hits with, or 1 hit with Poison Jab. Glycispod, Poison Jab. Garbodor, just taken out by Earthquake. Scizor, 2-shot by Earthquake. And Landorus is pretty easily taken out with Mega Horn or Poison Jab, which I think I did mention before. So yeah, this Scolipede is a great late game sweeper, and if I can get Stealth Rocks up, this thing really has the potential to just clean up, especially with speed boosts and stuff. So next up is Celesteela, and remember how I said I was worried about the Magneton? I'm not so worried about the Magneton with this set because I brought the Wakanberry, which halves the damage done by a super effective electric type attack, which is what he would be using against me. He'd kind of have to be dumb to use Hidden Power Fire when he has Thunderbolt and Magnet Pull. This is a physical Celesteela with Earthquake, Flame Charge, Iron Head, and Toxic. The Toxic is mainly there for the Slowbro in case of the switch-in, because Slowbro can't really touch me, but I can't touch it either. So running Earthquake, Flame Charge, Iron Head. Flame Charge is mainly for the Scizor. 2 shots to Scizor. If it's not a bulky variant, if it is a bulky variant, it can't really touch me. So there's definitely that. Iron Head for general coverage, and then again Earthquake mainly for the Garbodor for the Magneton. So definitely there's that. And Earthquake even OHKOs an Eviolite set if he decides to bring that, which I don't know why he would bring Eviolite with Magnet Pull. But anyway, next up onto Donphan. This is going to be my Stealth Rock setter. You'll notice I'm actually not going to bring a stab on this Pokemon this time because I just didn't feel like I needed it. Stealth Rock's Ice Shard, Rapid Spin, Fire Fang. This thing does get pretty much walled out by the Rotom Heat, but in return, Rotom Heat cannot touch this thing at all. Well, for the most part. And anyway, the only thing I'm going to be really doing against the Rotom Heat is setting up Stealth Rocks. And that should wear it down pretty quickly. But yeah, I brought Fire Fang because otherwise this is set up fodder for the Mega Scizor. Ice Shard for the Landorus in case he decides it's a good time to switch in, or if I want to revenge kill it after it's boosted up a little bit. But yeah, Rapid Spin to get hazards off my sides, max defense in order to take physical hits better and maybe wall out that Mega Scizor a little bit better. So yeah, definitely priorities to get up Stealth Rock on that thing. Next up is Vaporeon with Scald, Wish, Roar, and Toxic. I decided to not go with Protect this week because I felt Roar would be better, especially if he tries setting up again in front of me. I can just roar him out, phase him, and get a nice fresh swap into Vaporeon. Not to mention it really does a nice job against the Scizor, against the Landorus, even against the Hoopa. You'll see I'm not really that worried about the Hoopa. I know it's probably going to come back to bite me, but I think I can take care of it really well with my Pokemon. And if he does bring it, I will know that I have to find a way to play around it. But I have enough physical threats, I believe, so that it won't be too much of a problem. Next up is Kyurem Black with the Choice Scarf. This is a special set. And I'm running a special set because I think this does a lot better with that Slowbro running around. Draco Meteor, Hidden Power Fire, Earth Power, and Ice Beam. Yeah, this is typical wall breaker set. Just out damages so many Pokemon. And really just does such a number to so many threats. I do have to watch out for Scarfed Landorus, Bullet Punch from Scizor, which I definitely think he's going to bring. So I will be watching out for that. but otherwise I think this is just a really big wall breaker. I wasn't sure what my last slot should be, so I just decided to go with the all-around solid Mega Venusaur. A lot of defense, a lot of special defense to take hits on both sides. This thing does a really good job against the Mega Scissor as well. I brought Sleep Powder this week because if he brings Mega Scissor or Hoopa Unbound, I can just put that thing to sleep and not have to worry about anything. And Venusaur also having the thick fat ability means fire from Rotom Heat and any ice types that he has, which I don't think he has an ice type, only Ice Beam on regular Slowbro to really touch me with. So that'll be the team, and by now I've played the game already, so keep a lookout for that. And check out I don't know if AZ has a channel. If AZ has a channel, it'll be down in the description below. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Really do appreciate it. I have a ton of fun with these battles. So anyway, I will see you champs in the next video. Peace.